Hey, my name is Brian. This is Chords on the Couch, and today we're going to learn Have You Ever Seen the Rain by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Personally, I think this is a great song for beginners because it's only got one strumming pattern and two chord progressions if you don't count the intro. I'll demonstrate a little piece of a verse and a full chorus so you can get an idea of what you're going to learn today. 1, 2, 3. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Let's talk about that strumming pattern. So it's pretty steady. It's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What you want to do to make it a little more authentic is hold back a little bit on 1 and 3, and then put a little more emphasis on 2 and 4. So it's going to look something like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Were you able to see how I was holding back and kind of shrinking the size of my strum on 1 and 3, and then on 2 and 4, I'm pretty much just going across all the strings. I'm putting a little bit more weight into my hand. I'm not overdoing either thing, but this is a case where a little bit goes a long way. And like I said, it'll make the song sound a lot more authentic. You can get fancier than that and add mutes in there. So something like this. You can do that, but in today's lesson, I want to keep this kind of geared toward beginners, so I'm going to leave that out. Now that we have the strumming pattern, let's get that intro out of the way so we can get into the song. We're going to start with an A minor chord, and that's going to get one round of our strumming pattern. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Next, we're going to move to an F chord, and I'm going to do this F major 7 version. The reason is because it gets along so nicely with a C chord. The two chords are very close in terms of the way you finger them. So I really like this F. There's a lot of different Fs you can do, but this is the one we're going to use in this version of the song. That F is going to get one round of our strumming pattern as well. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let me give you a pro tip. So we've got the A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I did something sneaky there that you may not have seen. On the and of 4, okay, let's grab the A. When you're switching to the F, your fingers have to come off that chord and move around to be able to grab it. And what I want you to do is just go ahead and take your fingers off, leave your pointer finger down because that's a common note. We don't have to take our finger off that one. And just go ahead and just strum the strings. It's something I've talked about in a lot of other videos. It's called the nothing chord, and it's incredibly useful when you need some extra time to take your hand off one chord and grab the next one. You can always use the nothing chord. Just don't strum it too loud or you'll kind of tip the listener off. But listen to how smooth it sounds. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You kind of can't even notice I'm doing it. I think it sounds cool, and that's a tool that you have now at your disposal if you need it. Okay, let's move on. So this is the reason we did this F. We're going to move to C now, and the move is minimal. All we have to do is take our pinky off, and then our middle finger is going to go from the 2nd fret G string to the 2nd fret D string. So we've got F, and then we're going to do a C. And of course, that's going to get one round. Make sure every time we add a new chord, you go back to the A and you do those chords all together, because you really need to get the changes down. So we've got A, F, C. Our final chord of the intro is going to be a G. And I'll say, from C to G, I would definitely consider using a nothing chord. Now we've got the intro down and we're going to move into the verse. So the great thing about the verse is it's just a C to a G. So the C, we're just going to chug along on our rhythm and we're going to hold that chord. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. Now, what's great about the song is we can find keywords that tell us when we should switch chords. That's how I personally like to do it. We could do it a more mathematical way and say, okay, we're going to hold the C and we're going to do our strumming pattern exactly 8 times, and then we're going to switch to a G chord. But when you're in the throes of the song, I don't think you're going to be singing the lyrics, thinking about your strumming, and thinking about holding your chord and counting all at the same time. So what I would personally do is just put your strumming and your chord on autopilot, sing the song, and when you get to the word no, I know, go ahead and switch to the G. That's your cue to switch. That's your keyword. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know. Isn't that handy? And we're going to do the same thing to go back to a C chord. I know it's been coming for some time. So 4 is going to be our word to go back to a C. Same thing happens later in the verse. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, G keyword, shining down like water. And water is going to be our keyword to switch back to the C. Get the lyrics, throw them into a Google Doc, write them down, whatever you want, and you can circle, you can bold, you can color code, whatever it is, but mark those keywords. Those are your chord changes. Let's do the first verse nice and slow together and see if we can get those chord changes. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. The great thing is, if you put the work in here and you really learn your strumming and your chords, and then when to change on your keywords, it's really the exact same thing for the second verse. So by learning one verse, you've learned them both, and there's only 2 verses in the song. Moving on to the chorus, we're going to grab our F again. And this is going to get our strumming pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Cool thing is that the chorus has the same keyword signal to switch to the G, the word no. I want to know. Now we come to really the most beautiful part of the song. It sounds so sad and longing. At least that's how I feel when I hear it. Let's look at it first. So it's going to be a C chord. Next, this is kind of a G, but let's not get into the theory. This is just like a passing chord. And there's so much tension there. There's so much unsettled in that chord, which is why I think it works so well. And let's take a look at the notes. 2nd fret on the A string. We've got an open D and G. We are on the 1st fret of the B string. That is held from the C chord, by the way. And then we've got an open E string. Then we've got a familiar A minor. Okay, and this last chord, this is a C chord, okay? But instead of doing the 3rd fret note on the A string, go ahead and do it on the 6th string. Again, it's kind of got that unsettled, incomplete sort of sound to it. And that's a good thing. We want this chord progression to feel like it's moving somewhere, it's going somewhere. So it's a C, passing kind of weird G, A minor, and then a C chord with a different bass note. Okay? And that's going to get 1 and 2 and it's basically going to get like 2 beats each. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let me slow that down just a little bit in case you're playing along with me. So 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now I'll do it full speed. 1, 2. It's really beautiful. And here's how the words connect to that so you can see it in context. Have you ever seen the rain? Let's go back to the F and the G and connect that to our descending chord progression. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Let me do it a little slower, and this time I actually want you to watch out for those nothing chords. I definitely take advantage of that with this chord progression because there's a lot of switching around, okay? So 2, 3, 4. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I tried to kind of pause a little bit when I used the nothing chord, but those are the spots where I use it. Those are the spots I think are going to help you out a lot. Believe it or not, that's pretty much the song. It's a simple, beautiful song. Yes, there is a strumming pattern to work out. There are some chord changes to figure out. Once you get that under your hands, it's a really straightforward song, and it's really, really fun to play. Let me go ahead and demonstrate a full version so you can kind of play along with me if you've been practicing. And there are some spots where there's connective tissue. And by that I mean, you know, we're done singing the first chorus, let's say, and we have to do a little bit of strumming, you know, instrumentally just to give a break. And then we start the verse over. There's little things like that, but that I think is not going to be tough for you to figure out. Told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. Have you ever seen the rain? I want to know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? It's the days before. Sun is cold and rain is hard. I know, been that way for all my time, till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know, it can't stop, I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? You know, I never appreciated this song until I learned it on solo acoustic, and now it's like I found its beauty. If you hadn't learned this one before, I do hope this video helped you do just that. This is just a great song to connect with. Please consider giving the video a like, subscribing to the channel, and leave me a comment. I'll see you in the next lesson.